All right, fam, what's happening? Back again, and we're about to get into part 3A. That's 3 alpha of the CEN F450 110th RodShop LED light kit install. And the reason why I'm doing 3A of this build series is because there's a lot of wiring, a lot of soldering, a lot of cutting, and a lot of pre-planning that goes into wiring up your light kit to your body. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Roll that intro footage.
Sinista Productions.
All right, fam, cool. Back again. Here we go again with part 3 alpha in the build series for the F450 from CEN Racing and the 110th RodShop LED light kit specifically for this vehicle. So what I've been doing in the past few days is planning out how I'm going to wire, what should go where, cutting all the holes, which you've seen already. I did the bed over again because I cut the tail lamp light bucket holes a little too big, so I fixed that. I've also went ahead and put a spray-in bed liner in the bed so I can have that extra realistic, real cool scale look. And as you can see, I've been putting in the LED lights and the wires from the 110th RodShop LED light kit. So let me tell you right up off the bat before I jump into some of the footage from the past couple of days. And again, this is not completely finished. I've pretty much done the first half of the vehicle as far as lighting is concerned. Then I'll do the bed portion in the next couple of days. And I'm taking my time so I can get it right. Hopefully you can follow along and get some tips from the video footage that you watch. But again, let me stress one thing. If your soldering skills are not up to par, trust me, by the time you're halfway through with this build, they will be. Also, take your time if you're going to do this and pre-plan how you're going to wire. All right, I did reach out to my man at 110th RodShop and he gave me some photos and some tips on how I should run my wiring, and then I went from there because there are certain lights that you want to blink. Say, for instance, when you turn your wheel to the right, you want your right side blinkers to blink, and every light in that cluster, all right, you want to blink from the lights on the side view mirrors to your side markers to your fiber optic strip to the amber light that's in the middle of your main lights. You want all that to blink, so you want that to be all tied in together when you wire it up. So let me quit talking. I'm going to run over to some of the footage from the past few days at the bench. So let's move over to the bench.
Thanks.
All right, fam, I want to take a quick break to kind of give you an update of what I've been doing. I've, had everything pretty much sped up. I want you to take a look at everything, how I've got it wired up, and I want to explain a few things to you as well. So I've got all the headlamp lens covers have already been glued in place, so they're good to go. So 2 front and the side amber markers, which these will be amber, these will be white, and in the middle there's another one that will also be amber. Let me get in a little closer. Okay, so this side will be amber. These 2 will be white. And in between these 2, in this spot here, that'll be amber, and that's on both sides. So let's flip it around to the back so you can kind of see where I'm at so far. What I've wired in so far, and also one other thing. Right here, if you can see it, there are fiber optic tubes running around each of the headlamps, and that is your daytime running lamp type setup. So what I've done was with the ambers, which is one in the middle, and then on the side, and I'll flip this around to the back, the amber turn signals on the side and in the middle here, as well as the fiber optic tube right here, this fiber optic tube that goes around. I have those all wired in together. That way, when the blinkers, turn signals activate, all right, you'll have the amber side marker, the amber marker in between the headlamps, and the fiber optic tubing that runs around. Those should all blink and flash with the turn signal. So the next thing I'm going to do, I've got 4 headlamps here, plus 4 headlamps on the bumper, 4 fog lamps on the bumper. I'm going to wire these 2 front headlamps, and the fog lamps on each side will be wired in together so that they are getting the same signal, and they're either constant on or on with the throttle. So that's my next stage. Again, this is a mess of wires. I'm sorry if the focus isn't that good, but we got a lot of wiring going on here. I just wanted to kind of give you an update and show you what I've been wiring and how I've wired this up. And thanks in large part, to my man over at 110RodShop. Sent me some photos of how he had his wired up, and it gave me a roadmap to start my wiring. So this is where we're at on the front end. We haven't wired anything else. This video will just be for the front end only, and then we'll move on to the other parts to wire up the rest of the vehicle. So want to start up front. That seemed to be the most difficult, the most wires, and then we'll patch everything together. So let's go ahead and move into it. So fam, as you can see, that's a lot of wiring. A lot of holes you have to drill, a lot of pre-planning, and it is a spaghetti cluster up under this body. But once everything is finished, I've got the wiring tight and I know everything works, and it does work, and I'm going to give you a little demonstration in just a second. Then I'll start cleaning up the wires, wrapping it up in some wire loom or some tape to make it nice and neat and tuck it away so everything is where it's supposed to be. So let me zoom in a little bit on the CEN F450 so I can give you a quick preview of how this light is going to look. There we go. So we're going to light up this side of the vehicle, just the amber lights, the LED fiber optic strip right here, and the light in the side view mirror. And I'm just going to use a little 2S battery for that. Right here, again, I apologize for the lighting, but I want you to be able to see exactly how this is going to look. And hit my ground and run my positive, and there we go. We're lit up. So again, let me take them out so you can see that happen, and back in. So there is one amber, then I'm going to turn this to the side that you may not have been able to see so easily. Up, bam. So there goes the side marker amber. We got the amber in between the two main headlights. Then we got the LED for the fiber optic strip. So when the turn signal function is enabled on the light controller, they will blink with the turn signal. We've got pretty much all the lights installed. Up front alone, just in the grill portion alone, I didn't stress this in the beginning, grill portion alone, we have 16 LEDs. 16 right here in the front. That includes the two fog lamp LEDs at the bottom. So 16 in the front. We've got 5 up top on the cab lights, that's 21. And then we have 2 LEDs in each of the side view mirrors, that's 25 LEDs that we've installed so far. So I want to thank again my man over at 110RodShop for giving me some tips and pointers on how I should run my wiring. Give me a few photos so I can see how he ran his and plan my wiring accordingly. But again, you can wire how you want to. You can use any LED light controller that you want. You just have to be able to wire accordingly for the ports that are available on that LED light controller. And as always, do you, be you, and stay true. And I am Jay of Sinista Productions, exiting stage left.
Sinista Productions. Sinista Productions. Sinista Productions.